only on Supersport, your
the lightweight title, and has local fighter Mick O'Malley taking on Filipino Glenn Silvo. I have to say this fight is one of the most extraordinary I've ever seen. There was obviously a mutual dislike between the two boxers, and at times the fight looked more like a street brawl. Let's head to the action. Well, unfortunately, due to a technical hitch, we missed the first minute of the first round of this interim Asian Pacific lightweight title fight. It's Mick O'Malley in the green trunks versus Glenn Silvo of the Philippines in the royal blue. O'Malley, a good record, 15 fights for 13 victories, just the one loss and 7 KOs. Oh, and there, O'Malley there hitting his opponent, not happy with being held in the headlock, but the referee perhaps just losing control there for a second. O'Malley will need to watch himself. He lands a nice left hook legitimately on that occasion. O'Malley there falling to the canvas, and his opponent there trying to hit him while he's on the ground, and O'Malley unleashes a kick into the groin of the Filipino fighter, who is now down on the canvas. Well, that was quite extraordinary. There's obviously a bit of feeling in this contest. Jim Boland there having a look at him. He's calling the ringside position into the ring. And it will be very interesting to see what happens here. O'Malley not at all happy, but he did inflict the injury by kicking his opponent. Now he's pushing the corner there of Silvo, so Mick O'Malley just losing control here a little bit. He obviously wasn't all that happy with the tactics of the Filipino, but still he did try to unleash his own left hook, and then he's hit his man when he's tried to hit him on the ground. And you can hear the crowd there now. They're not too happy either. And now, unfortunately, glass is being thrown into the ring, which isn't a good sign. There's the promoter, Peter Maniatis. And he's obviously, well, he's either acting or he's been seriously hurt, the Filipino. The doctor having a look at him. The corner is now over there. There's his manager. He's based in Sydney, Silvo. And this is a very unfortunate start to this contest. We'll just have to wait to see. I think the referee is going to explain exactly what happened. O'Malley there putting his gloves back on.
It was warming up to a good fight, and the rules say a low blow, which I can't expect to see everything. There was a low blow. He's actually got 9 minutes rested between rounds, and the 2 rounds he can have, and that's the case. There's still time up his sleeve, and he wants to fight on. Good stuff.
Well, looks like we're just about set for this fight to recommence. Look into the corner there of Silvo, and now across to O'Malley. I think O'Malley was lucky that the referee didn't actually see the kick into the groin of his opponent. As I said before, this is for the interim Asian Pacific lightweight title, set down for 10 threes. Fair bit of passion. Oh, there's a nice short left hook there from O'Malley, who again charges at his opponent when he goes down, and he's on his way coming back up. Well, I'm amazed that the referee hasn't warned O'Malley. Oh, he is now. Well, it's got to be borderline disqualification with that sort of action occurring in the ring. His opponent was clearly knocked down by that left hook. O'Malley obviously fueled by a lot of emotion. Silvo there lunging in, making himself or leaving himself very open to the counter. digging to the body, and you can see every punch he really is loading up with it. Silvo once again gets him in a headlock, and that's what started the problems in the first place. And he now gets a warning from the referee. Silvo, as I said, he's originally from the Philippines, has fought 16 times for 12 wins. 7 of those have ended inside the distance. But on paper, it looks like a pretty good matchup. O'Malley did briefly hold the Commonwealth title. It's set to sign with Frank Warren over in the UK, but then unfortunately lost, and since then his career hasn't had too many highlights. So this is a very important bout for him tonight. Silvo, as you can see, has decided to turn southpaw. Now he's back to the orthodox stance. Yeah, once again, Silvo there trying to hit on the break. O'Malley not at all happy, and 1 point coming off Glenn Silvo for his indiscretion. Oh, and O'Malley, they're hitting him obviously over the back of the head. Well, if he was going to take a point off Silvo, he should have taken a point off O'Malley there. That was a blatant foul. So without doubt, this is one of the dirtiest fights I've ever seen, and it's only been going probably not even 3 minutes. Well, there you go. The first round is completed. The first whole round completed, round number 2. Keith Ellis there, the trainer of O'Malley. He'd just be trying to calm him down, I would suspect. O'Malley, a very good boxer. And there's Maniatis there, once again, the promoter having a word to O'Malley. O'Malley there, well, he deserved that. He went in and grabbed his opponent around the waist, and his opponent used the forearm to push him off. Nice right hand there from O'Malley. There's been very little effective boxing so far in this fight. I mean, I've been covering fights now for a long, long time, and I've never quite seen a bout like this. And another point coming off Silvo. Well, he's not at all happy, and in some ways I don't blame him. O'Malley, they're holding him behind the head and hitting. This is nothing more than a street brawl. O'Malley, they're having to be held back by the referee, and still no point has been taken off Mick O'Malley. Meanwhile, the Filipino has had 2 points taken off. O'Malley, they're ripping with that left into the body. Silvo, a very awkward fighter, which makes it even more frustrating for O'Malley. See there the way he lunges in and almost falls across. O'Malley there with a lead uppercut. I think he'd like, oh, and there he's thrown to the ground. More of a judo move there from Glenn Silvo of the Philippines. But there hasn't been too much boxing so far in this contest. O'Malley, they're falling to the canvas, and I think the referee may have in fact waved the fight over. He has, or no, has he or hasn't he? No, the fight is over. And there you see Mick O'Malley there having his arm raised, a disqualification of Glenn Silvo by the referee, Jim Boland. I'm sure he wishes that he hadn't said that he'd referee this bout. This has been extraordinary stuff. Continuous fouls from both men, in particular from that man, Glenn Silvo. And I'm sure the crowd at ringside would be in disbelief. Well, as I said beforehand, that fight featured very little of the pugilistic art, and I think O'Malley was a relieved man when the fight was stopped. Well, that's it for another bit later, but first we take a look at one of the young superstars of the sport, Francisco Bajardo. He's facing David Montiz in a super lightweight bout.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white and weighing in at 137 pounds. His record, 9-3, 6 of his 9 victories by knockout from Juarez, Mexico.